Most people blame inflation or the economy for their lack of wealth, but the number one wealth killer in America is actually much closer to home. Today we're going to talk about what that really is and how to fix it. My name is Kristina Strickland. I'm the managing partner of Rally Wealth and Benefits, and today we want to talk about the reframe of income, economy, and inflation and how those collaborate to get you to wealth or to distract from the wealth. One of the biggest things that we see with our clients and with just Americans in general is that people have competing priorities, right? So for example, you may be a car person. You may have had a divorce. There may be inflationary issues, and those things can impact whether or not an individual is able to achieve their wealth goals. A lot of people frame the divorce, the inflation, the car shopping, or kids going to college as the cause for not achieving wealth. I would argue that those are actually symptoms, not the cause. And so the real issue or the real actual cause tends to be poor decision making or competing financial goals. And so what I mean by that is, for example, let's take that you're a car person. I have a car person in my family. They trade cars often. And that's kind of their thing is, I'm a car person. And so they'll always have a car payment or a lease payment. Well, those dollars perhaps could be used in other areas, right? Maybe eventually if you pay off your car, those extra dollars every month are now able to be redistributed towards your retirement plan, your 401k, your IRA, or a kid's college savings account, or just a regular investment account that's not associated with retirement. But when someone says, oh, I'm a car person, I'm always gonna have a car payment, my question to them is, are you a car person or are you a financial stability person? And I think when we can reframe those discussions, even internally, maybe we don't ever say that out loud, but we can reframe what's the priority. And so I myself tend to do this with, I like to eat out a lot. And so I have these conversations of, well, am I an eat out person or am I a teach my children healthy spending habits person? And so that when I can reframe that, it helps me make better decisions. I think also a thing that is hard for Americans in general is take for example the car person or myself with eating out. Well, if my retirement goal is I'm gonna need about $2 million to successfully replace the income that I need to replace in retirement, that $2 million is a really big goal. And so it's easy to tell ourselves we can't meet that goal. But what I could do is buy that $40,000 car. Or maybe I need to spend $1,500 a month on groceries. $1,500 a month is a big number, but 20 bucks at Taco Bell is a lot easier. It's a bite-sized piece, right? And so I think as human beings, we run into this trap of being kind of the hamster on the wheel, if you will, of I can buy a lot of $40,000 cars over my lifetime. I can buy a lot of Taco Bell over my lifetime. But when you reframe that of how many $40,000 cars are you gonna buy versus how are you gonna get $2 million in your IRA to pay for retirement? That just feels harder. And so one of the ways that we need to work through that as human beings is we need to find ways to make that $2 million goal a bite-sized chunk. And what I mean by that is, maybe it's as simple as saying, hey, I'm just gonna start by saving 10% of my income. Or I'm gonna make a goal of, in the year 2026, I'm going to save X amount of dollars. And what we've done is we've taken that $2 million goal, or that example of $2 million, and we've made it achievable in bite-sized chunks. One of the things that I feel works for me the best, and for many of my clients, is I need to be able to cross something off the list. And I think part of the problem with that $2 million goal is it's gonna take a long time before I can cross that off the list. If I go back to my car example, it's pretty easy to cross off the list, buy a new car, right? You decent credit, down payment, good income, cross it off the list, you made it happen, right? That $2 million goal, very hard to cross off the list because it's gonna take several years to get there. I might lose motivation, I might get discouraged. So what I have found works best for myself and for my clients is, again, maybe yearly goals of, in the year 2026, I want to achieve XYZ savings. Well, great, now I know on December 31st of 2026 or 2027, whatever year it is, I know I'm either gonna be able to cross this off the list or I'm not. So you have that tangible cross list, checklist, whatever you wanna call it, right? So you could do it that way. Every year I wanna save X amount of dollars. Or you could do, what I would prefer is just reinforcing the habit. So Maybe I don't have a goal of in 2026, I'm going to reach X amount of dollars. Maybe my goal is I'm just gonna save 10% of everything I make. Then I can do that. And what I have found is when I continue to reward that habit, that's gonna work a long way towards getting me to meet that goal. So automation is super helpful. One of the best ways I found to do that through my studies in behavioral finance is a lot of people will say, oh, I'll just save what's left over at the end of the month. Well, the problem is, especially if you're that car person or you're that eat out person or you're that go shopping person, if you have those habits, you may not have anything left over at the end of the month. And so what I think works best for most people is a way to automate it. And so that may look like put it in your 401k so it doesn't even come on your paycheck in that direct deposit. That could be an option. What my family does is we have our direct deposits split up into multiple banks. So we have our regular bank that is where the shopping, the eating out, the car payment, things like that comes from. But what we also have is a certain amount of dollars are direct deposited in a different account at a different bank even, so that they're not accessible to us. So what gets deposited at my local bank is available to me to spend however I'd like to. And I can do that without feeling guilty, because if those dollars hit that bank account, they are available for me to spend. The dollars that hit a different bank account at a different bank that I cannot see when I log in on the app, those dollars are out of sight, out of mind, and I can get comfort in knowing that's automatically happening. I don't have to worry about it. I don't need to fear overspending those dollars because they're not even tied to the same account. I couldn't get to them with my debit card. I couldn't walk into my local bank and get them. And what we do is we have those dollars go into that different account automatically so that emotionally now I have the freedom to spend what I want to spend. And then at that other bank account, as those dollars accumulate, then I can over time say, hey, I'd like to take some of these dollars from that savings and I'd now like to invest them. Because again, I've been building up that automatic savings. I've got this bank account now that hopefully has accumulated over time. Now I can take it a step further with the hope of potentially getting a better return than I'd get from just my savings interest rate at my bank. Now, obviously with investing, there's risk, but in general, the goal is for that investing to start to help you reach that $2 million goal that we were talking about at the beginning. And so I think the big thing is, as you're looking at where your dollars are spending, two big questions. One, is there a way I can automate this to make better decisions? And two, as you spend dollars, ask yourself, should I be spending these dollars here, or is there something I should be doing instead? So look at every dollar and think about, how should I be spending this dollar? Because here's what I don't like. I don't like to walk with clients in 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. They get to go on every vacation they've ever wanted to. They get to buy every car they've ever wanted to. They go out to see every movie. They eat, all of the things at the newest restaurants. That's a beautiful lifestyle and I'm happy for them. But here's what I don't want to see. I don't want people to live that lifestyle in their career years and then get to their spending years. And now all of a sudden it's, you don't have any money to travel anymore. You can't go eat at that new restaurant that just opened because you don't have enough money. You can't go buy that Christmas gift for your kids, or you can't trade in a car when you actually need to because your transmission went out. I don't want you to have to, in retirement, all of a sudden have this very abrupt lifestyle change. And so again, part of our job as advisors is to equip and prepare our clients so that they can have a similar, if not better, lifestyle in retirement than they did during their savings years. And so again, we don't want to have to just have a cliff in retirement of, okay, you can't travel anymore. You can't go out to eat anymore. You can't enjoy watching a lot of cable TV or going to Chiefs games, whatever that looks like, right? The goal is automate your savings, take advantage of compound interest, make smart decisions in your earnings years so that in your spending years, you get to enjoy a similar lifestyle. And so if you need help with thinking through looking at my budget, am I spending the right dollars in the right places? You need help with how to automate your savings. If you need help with how to just even financially have a check-in every now and then. We have many, many people that are not investing with us yet, but they do have semi-annual conversations of, hey, I just want to kind of go through my budget with someone and have them point me in the right direction. We're happy to do that no matter where you are. If you're just getting started out with budgeting, if you're investing but you want to make sure you're investing enough, or if you're now thinking through what's the best way to spend these dollars in an efficient inappropriate manner. Reach out to us. Our advisors at Rally Wealth and Benefits would be more than happy to help you with that.